Hello peaches! So today I'm going to do a kind of a different video than I normally do. I'm going to take a quiz, and this is a quiz on BuzzFeed called How Much of a Feminist Are You? And this is kind of old test or quiz, so a lot of you guys probably already seen it. And when it first came out I thought about making a video answering these questions, but for some reason I didn't do it. And then right now I just started thinking about it that hey, I totally forgot about this quiz and I actually really want to make a video about it. I would call myself a feminist, but I am like the real kind of feminist, the good kind, because normally when you hear the word feminist you think about those crazy psychopathic bitches who wants to kill all men and let women take over the world, but I'm not like that at all. I'm the real feminist. Like feminism is actually about equality between men and women, and there is a lot of problems with women still. Like I would say there are probably most things with women that could be better, if you understand what I mean. But there is a lot of things with men that also needs equality. Men also needs equality in some things. So yeah, I decided to take this test to see if I was feminists according to BuzzFeed, because BuzzFeed is known for having their opinions like being very those kind of feminists and all that kind of stuff, very sexist towards men, so they are known to be the bad kind of feminists in most cases. I do follow them on Facebook and I do watch some of their videos on YouTube just because some of their content is alright and pretty good. I don't agree with all they have to say though, because they are very feminist, like the bad way. The first thing is, I would be willing to give up some of my salary if I had to, so that equal pay in my workplace could be a reality. No, but it's not because I'm feminist or anything. I'm a woman myself, so I guess like you never really heard about men being underpaid, but that has nothing to do with that. I just don't want to do it because I'm a selfish piece of shit. So yeah, I'm like serious right now. I'm so selfish in those kind of things. I think about myself a lot when it comes to that, especially with money. Like I would never give anyone any of my money at all. So I'm sorry, I know I'm a horrible person, but that's just how I am. I believe that men and women should be equal. Hell fucking yeah. Yes, because that is what feminism is. I can't help but be bothered when a song includes misogynistic lyrics, sorry about that word, even when I otherwise like the song. I don't know that word. I know what it means, but I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm not bothered. Like seriously, it's a song. It's like one of those things that's like, why are people so oversensitive these days? Sorry. And also like, if you are bothered, then don't fucking listen to that music. And also because, this is again the thing, like yes, there is a lot of songs about women this way that are misogynistic, I don't know, sorry. There is a lot of songs about women like that, but there is also quite a lot of songs about men, especially music videos. A lot of people say like, oh, in all rappers' music videos the women has no clothes on, but have you seen a lot of like female music videos? There is a lot of women artists out there who has men with no clothes on in their videos. So yeah, and these are like the small things. There's actually real problems out in the world. There are women who gets killed and stoned to death or whatever it is, if they are raped in other countries. That is the real problem. A song that sings about how great of a booty a girl has is not a real problem. It's something that we can work on later, but let's focus on the real problems, alright? I'm not bothered by those kind of small things, like seriously. I have so much more important things in life than to be bothered about these things. I know who Bell Hooks is. I have no idea who Bell Hooks is, so no. I can define intersectional feminism. No, I can't. Because I don't understand that word intersectional. I don't know if it's something that I should. Maybe if I got the word in Danish I might be able to explain it, because Danish is my first language. There's a lot of words in English, like these kind of words, that I don't know. So maybe that's the reason why I can't define it, just because I don't know the English name for it, but I'm just not going to check it. I don't use the phrase "hey guys" when referring to a group of people that include men and women. I do, because who the fuck cares? It's again one of those small things. Like, yes, guys is meaning like a man, but nowadays when people use it like this, it's slowly turning into another meaning. It's turning into also having the meaning of just a group of people. And that is the thing with words, like the meanings changed. Back in the days, the word gay used to mean happy. That's why in Sleeping Beauty, I think it is, she sings a song and she sings something with gay, and I was like, what? The first time I heard it, but it's because back then the word gay meant happy, and now it means homosexual. So just like that, the word guys have kind of changed over the years. It still means men, but I think that in some years it probably won't be anything that you say about just men. I think it will be something that you only use in this this kind of thing, you know. I have taken a women's and or gender studies class. Fuck no. Why would I do that? I don't have to work with anything like that. The education, I want to work with children in the future, small children. I don't want to work with anything that has anything to do with that, so I have no idea why I should take that, because it's not in my interest. I think it's important to encourage girls to pursue science and math as a career. Why? What if they don't want to? I know they mean here like it's important that women know that they have the right to do that, just as men has the right to do it, because, you know, most people see these kind of things as being men's work. And I do think it's important that women and young girls know that they can also do these things, but I don't think we should encourage them to do it. I think we should encourage girls and boys, women, men, boys, girls, everyone to do what they want. And to pursue, sorry for that word again, to pursue the education that they want. I don't think that we should say, oh, it would be a good idea if you did something with science and math because you're a woman and you have to prove that you can do it. Fuck no. Do what you want. It's important to let people know that they can do it if they want, but saying that we need to encourage them and saying it's important to encourage them to do it, no. Maybe I'm just misunderstanding this, but the way they made it sound, it's like they want us to like push our young women into taking these kind of educations even if they don't want to, and I think that is completely wrong. Women should be allowed to apply for a job if they fulfill 60% of the job requirements. If men are allowed to do it, then I think women should do it, honestly. But 60% of the job requirements? Am I the only person who think that's kind of low? Like, shouldn't you fulfill like almost 100%? Like, if you only fulfill 60% of the job requirements, then you're clearly not classified for that job. I'm not very much into the whole job thing, so I don't know much about this. I'm just going to not check it, because I'm not really sure about this. But I think if men are allowed to do it, then women should. If men are not allowed to do it, then women should not be allowed to do it either. I think we should change women's bathroom symbols to not include traditionally feminine clothing, skirts, dresses, etc. Are you fucking kidding me? These are the kind of things, just like with the music, like these are really, really small, totally non-important things. Why are you bothered by that? What kind of sad life must you have? Like, really uninteresting life, if you really seriously care about this? If it really bothers you that much that this is like the only thing you think about is what kind of symbol is on the place where you need to shit. Like, seriously, tell me why anyone would be bothered by it. Like, yes, it is feminist and not all women wear dresses, but come on. Come on, it cannot be a problem. No, I'm not going to check that. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit if it was a picture of a vagina on the door. I don't give a fuck. Just as long as I know where to go when I need to pee or take a shit. I don't give a fuck what's on the door, okay? Just as long as I know where to go. I'm fine. I believe trans people should be able to use whichever bathroom they identify with. I do believe that, because it's just a bathroom. I never understood the whole bathroom thing. Here in Denmark there's a mall, right, sorry, my hair. There's a mall right where I live, and there is 3 bathrooms. There's a bathroom for men, one for women, and then there's actually one for both genders. No, I said that weird. But there's like a shared bathroom, and nothing has happened. It's no problem. I prefer that bathroom just because it's a little bit bigger than the other one, so there's more stalls in that. So I never been like, it's a place where you pee and poop. Why do we need to separate that into genders? Why can women not poop the same place as a man can? Like in my apartment, I have 1 bathroom. And I pee and poop in there because I live here. But if my brother comes to visit or another guy comes to visit, I'm not going to tell him that he's not allowed to poop or pee in there because that's a women's bathroom. It's just a fucking bathroom. People can pee and shit wherever, well, not wherever they want. Like, that's... no. I understand locker rooms at like gyms and stuff because you get naked. But a bathroom, you know, there are stalls, right? The only thing you have to do while looking at someone of the other gender is wash your hands. Why can you not wash your hands in front of another gender? I don't understand. So I think trans people should be able to use whatever bathroom they want. That was a long explanation, I'm so sorry, but this is just very serious topics that I very rarely talk about on my channel, so I need to get it all out there. I believe it's important to encourage women to negotiate. I don't know if it's totally different in America that women don't negotiate, because here in Denmark it seems like women do that fine. I'm not gonna check that because I don't see that as a problem. I do think it's important to encourage women, but just as important as it is to do with men, because at least from where I live and from what I've personally experienced, it's not a problem for women to negotiate. So I don't think it's like an issue, you know what I mean? So I'm not gonna check that. I believe Jennifer Lawrence should earn as much as her male co-stars. Okay, so I heard about this, and first I was like, of course she needs to do that. Like, of course. But then I heard that the reason why she didn't earn as many money as her male co-stars was because she wasn't in the movie for as long as her male co-stars. Like, the guys in the movie were apparently in there longer, and one of them, I've never really read a lot about it. I read like this much about it maybe, but from what I heard, she was not in the movie as long as the others, and the others were more famous. Was this like the guy who played Han Solo or something? Like a really big movie star, and of course they make more money than smaller ones. Jennifer Lawrence is huge also, but not as huge as the guy she was playing with, and also she wasn't in the movie for as long. So I don't believe she should get as much money as her male co-stars, because from what I heard, like, she didn't work as much as them because she wasn't in the movie as much, and she also is not as famous as them. You know, with the whole famous thing, I don't really understand why people who are more famous get more money, but that's just how the movie industry works. But if she's not in the movie for as long as the other ones, then she shouldn't make as much as the other ones. I mean, that just makes sense, you know? If someone works for 4 hours and another one just works for 2 hours at a store or any job, whatever it is, then the one working 4 hours obviously gets more money. And that's also how it should be in this case. So no, I do not think that she should earn as much as them, because in this case I heard that, you know, all these things that I just explained. I do not think a movie should be released unless it passes the Bechdel test. Alright, so I heard about this a little bit. Again, it's not a lot I heard, but I heard something like there has to be a scene in the movie where there's not a man in it or something like that. I did heard about it a while ago, and back when I heard about it and I knew exactly what it was, I was like, what the fuck is this shit? And now I don't really remember exactly what it is, but I remember knowing at a time exactly what it is. But it is something with like, there has to be a scene where there's no man in it and where there's 2 women talking or something like that. That's just bullshit, seriously. You guys need to chill so damn much. It's one of these things also, like, chill, alright? Who gives a fuck if there's a scene like that? I don't give a fuck. I believe all genders are entitled to the same social and political rights. Yes, of course. I can explain why 78 cents to the dollar is not a fully accurate description of the gender wage gap. I can't, because I don't know what exactly that means. I believe that women who possess certain types of privilege are responsible for advocating for women who don't have their level of privilege. I don't think that they're responsible for doing it. I think it would be awesome if they did it, and that, you know, they would be pretty cool if they did it, but I don't think it's their responsible. That sounds like women are being forced to do that. I don't think, no, definitely not. If I had a daughter, I would encourage her to be anything she wanted to be. Yeah, but I would also do that if I had a son, so. I would make it clear to my daughter from an early age that her identity should never be defined by her relationship status. Again, of course I would, but I would also do that to my son. I believe it's important to compliment a woman's intelligence over her looks. I don't think it's important to compliment it over her looks. I don't think it's more important to compliment a woman's intelligence than it is to compliment her looks. I do think it's important to compliment a woman's intelligence, but I don't think it's more important because, personally, I prefer compliments on my looks. I don't know why, it's just how I am. It's not because I'm a shallow bitch. Maybe I am, I don't know, but that's just what I prefer. I believe that a woman has the right to choose what happens to her body. Yes, of course. Abortion, those kind of serious things, but also with just like tattoos, surprise, and hair and makeup. But again, I also believe that men has the right to do that. And it's not always that there's focus on that, because it's actually a problem. Like, a lot of men feel like there's some things that they can do and they cannot do to their bodies, just like women do, but people only focus on the women's problem for some reason. In an instance of sexual assault against a female, I'm inclined to believe the assaulted person is telling the truth until proven otherwise. This is very difficult for me. It's so because it's very personal. I've experienced this when I was a very pretty young child until I was like a teenager. The reason why I never told anyone for 5 years that I went through this was because I was scared no one would believe me. When I did tell people, also to this day, I feel like there are some people who do not believe me. Also, I went to court with it and he didn't get any sentence or judgment for it or anything. They did say that I was right and they believed in me, but he got a very small sentence. He didn't even go to prison. He just paid me some money and was like, sorry, kind of thing. So I personally feel like, yes, I would believe anyone, but you also hear a lot of stories about women who lie about this just to get someone they hate in prison. And I'm very much against the whole, you are guilty until proven otherwise. I do not believe that. Not at all. I think that's because there are so many horror stories you hear about. Well, this is not about rape and stuff, but there's a lot of things about you hearing, you know, people who have been to prison for 40 years or something, and then they realize, oops, you didn't do it, sorry, we should have believed you. You know, that whole guilty before proving otherwise, I'm very much against that. So even though I personally feel so much with all these women out there who are not being believed in, I cannot check this, but I also feel very much like you cannot say someone is guilty until it's actually been proven or something like that. In general, because if one of my friends came up to me and told me that they have been through this, I would obviously believe them. Obviously, always. But just if you look at it in general, I don't think that you are guilty until proven otherwise. So no. I can explain Marlene Dietrich influence on women's fashion. I don't know who that is, so no. I know what a bad feminist is. I don't know if they believe the same thing, but I know what my explanation of a bad feminist is what I just explained in the beginning of this video. Those psychopathic bitches. I believe that women should be able to dress however they want without it dictating how they are treated by society. Dictating, is that what it says? Sorry. Yes, I do, obviously. I believe that women should be able to go braless and without a shirt on, just like guys are allowed to go without a shirt on in the streets. And I don't believe that women should be shamed for wearing a short dress or anything. No. Do what you want, girl. Work it. I have never said that a woman asked for it. I have never ever said that. I would never do that. I'm offended by catcalling. Yes, I am. I tried it like 2-3 times, but I hear that it's extreme in other countries, like America and New York and stuff. I hear that people are experiencing these things daily. It's not as big in Denmark as it is in other countries, but I definitely have tried it a couple times and I'm very offended by it. I don't think women should get VIP treatment at nightclubs and bars just for being women. Yes, 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 yes. Check that a million times. That whole thing with women just, you know, doing like this and like, oh, can I have a beer? And then they get a free beer. That's fucking bullshit. That is sexism right there. If you're one of the girls who do that, if you're one of the girls who get in a free bar and get some free drinks from the bartender just because you show your tits a little bit, you are a sexist asshole and you are very disrespectful to everyone and anyone around you. So fuck you. I think police brutality and its correlation with race is a feminist issue. No, it's a racism issue. It is an issue, definitely. It's horrible what's going on, all that kind of thing. But I don't think it has anything to do with feminism, because that's all about genders. So no. I think we should stop promoting models as the ideal feminine female body type. Yes, I do. I think we should stop photoshopping women's bodies in the media. Yes, I do. But we should also stop photoshopping men's bodies, because there is some Photoshop men in different kind of magazines and stuff. There definitely is. I have never called a woman bossy. Probably have. I don't know. I probably called my mom bossy like a couple times, maybe as a joke. But that doesn't prove if I'm a feminist or not. What the hell? I'm not going to check that, because I probably have. I think companies should offer more child-friendly time and programs for women who are having children. I don't think that there should be more time for women. I think there should be more time in general for children, for people's children. So I'm not going to check that just because it says only women. Well, not only women, but it says women. I believe that a woman should be offered the same opportunities for promotion as her male co-workers. If she does the same job, and if she's just as good as it, I'm not going to check that just because it's like, only if she can do the same thing as he can. I mean, if the guy is better than the woman, then he obviously should get promoted. I believe that if a woman wants to pay on her date should let her. Sure. Why wouldn't you let a woman pay? You know, you get free food, you know that, right? I believe that women should have easy access to birth control. Yes, I do. I believe that in a relationship the domestic duties should be shared. Of course I do. I think that a couple should have equal responsibility over the aesthetic and cleanliness of their home. Yes, I do. I believe that men should be encouraged to be involved and make choices in the wedding planning process. I'm not sure if they should be encouraged. Like, if they don't want to, then they shouldn't. But I do believe that there are some women out there who think that it's only their day, which is bullshit. I never understood women who's just like feel the need to be the one making all the choices in a wedding. That's just like really mean to her husband or future husband, unless of course he told her that he don't give a shit about it. I'm going to check that just because there is a lot of things about, you know, women are always making the choices in it and not letting the husbands do it, even if the husbands want to. I don't think that men get a lot of saying in a wedding, which is totally not fair. So yeah, I believe that men and women have the same emotional strength. I don't believe that, because it is proven that men and women are physically and also mentally different. I do not think that it is the responsibility of a man to protect a woman physically. Is that physically? It is. I do not think that it's the responsibility of a man to protect. I don't think it is a responsibility. I don't think he has to. But I think it's nice if you do. Just like I think it's nice when a woman do it for a man as well, if that is needed. I don't think it's his responsibility. I think it's nice if you do it, but I also think that women should do it, so I'm going to check it. I believe that men and women should be equally encouraged to express their emotions. Yes, definitely. I have never asked a woman why she does not have children. I probably have, but it's not as in like a mean way. I don't believe that women have to have children. Definitely not. I know a lot of people who don't want children, and I ask them why. It's not like as an, oh my god, why don't you want to have children? Women have to. It's more like, oh, that's cool, you don't want it, but is there a reason to do it, you know? Just like, it's not in a mean way, it's just because I'm curious. It's not in a mean way that I ask. That's the problem with some of these, is like, yeah, I have asked, but not in a mean way as you guys mean it to be. So I'm not going to check that, because I have asked, because I know a lot of people who don't want children, which I'm totally fine with. People can do what they want with their life. I will be equally excited to have a son or a daughter. I actually don't think so. It's not because I'm sexist, it's not all that thing, but I think most people honestly have preferences. I know a lot of people probably say, oh, I don't care if it's a girl or boy, but we all have like preferences, I guess, when it comes to children. Like a lot of people say, oh, I would prefer a boy because they are easier than girls are, because they are, and this is not a sexist thing. Like, me and my siblings are a perfect example of that. My brother has always been the easiest child in the family, and me and my sisters have been complete hell. So it is, you know, because there is differences between boys and girls, just like I said, and girls, especially young girls and teenage girls, are very different mentally than boys are, and therefore can be more challenging to some people. So there is a lot of people who rather want a son because of that, or rather want a girl because of some other things. So the whole thing about not giving a shit about what gender it is, I think that's bullshit. I know there's a lot of people who would be equally happy, but I think most people prefer one or another. I would prefer having a daughter in some ways. The only reason why I prefer a daughter actually is just because there's so much cute clothes and stuff for her, but it's not like I wouldn't be happy if I got a son. I would love him just as much as I would with my daughter, but if I could choose myself, then I would choose a daughter. I think American workplace culture is often not structured in a way that is helpful or encouraging to women succeeding. I'm not going to check that because I don't know anything about that. I don't live in America, never have. I don't know anything about the American workplace culture. I think women have a responsibility to help and encourage other women to pursue their goals. I don't like the word responsibility because it sounds like you have to do it, and if you don't do it, you're a horrible person. I don't really hate that word because it's horrible. People can do what they want. If they want to encourage people, fucking great. If they don't want to, that's fine as well. I think women are equally capable to men to be the president of the United States. Again, I don't know anything about what it takes to be the president. I don't know anything about presidents or anything like that. I do think that, you know, it's just politicians. All of them are pretty much assholes. Pretty much all of them, at least from what I hear. So yeah, women can be assholes too. Obama was great though, from what I heard. He's like the only one who was actually great. But all the politicians in Denmark, Jesus Christ. I think women can be politicians and ministers. Here we don't have a president. We have like a minister, prime minister, is that what it's called? And they are all assholes, and we had a woman who was that, and she was also an asshole, so that's great. I believe that women have no responsibility to make a conscious effort to always be friendly and polite. I don't think anyone, again, responsibility, hate that word, but I don't think anyone should be, I don't think that women are being forced to do it more than men are. You know, if a man is not being friendly and polite, then people will also see him as being an asshole and complaining about it. So I don't see why it's here, because it's the same with men when they're being unfriendly and unpolite. But I do believe very much that if you feel like it just a little bit, like, be friendly and polite. Of course, if people are being mean to you, then you be mean to them. You fucking kill them. But if you know, if you're at a store and you just had a bad day, there's no reason for you to be mean to the people working there if they're not being mean to you. So it's kind of like, I don't really know, because it depends on the situation, if you know what I mean. Always be friendly and polite to people who have not done anything to you. Well, not always, because everyone can have bad days, but don't be an asshole to people who has not done anything to you. But I think they mean here, if like a guy comes up to you and keeps talking to you, you do not have the responsibility to keep on being friendly. And I totally believe that. Don't, like, if someone bothers you, you should not be smiling and be friendly. So yeah, just in this case that I think they mean here, I'm just going to check it. I have never criticized a woman for not wearing makeup or wearing too much makeup. That's again, like, I have never, like, now that I'm older and now that I think about things, and I would never ever do it again, and I don't think that I have ever done it. Like, I probably have, but it's one of those, I did it when I was a teenager, and I probably did it to the girl that bullied me and was mean to me in school and stuff. I probably told her that she looked ugly with her makeup or something. But it's not like I haven't criticized a random woman. I never said that women should wear less makeup or more makeup unless I had a reason to do it. So I'm going to check this just because I agree with it now and in general. But I don't think that I can say that I never done it, because I probably have when I was younger and a teenager. Everyone says stuff when they're teenagers that totally change when they're older, and again, it's if I done it, it's only been towards people that I really hated and known personally and who has been mean to me. So I'm just going to check it, because I believe it's very wrong of people to tell people how they should look and what kind of makeup they should or should not wear. And the last one, I believe a woman is a woman if that is what she calls herself, regardless of her physical attributes and makeup. Yes, definitely. Show me the result. Are you guys excited? Am I a feminist? You checked 26 out of 50. I checked one more than half. You're super in tune with what's going on in the world, especially when it comes to feminist issues. Keep doing you and stay awake. Wow. I really did not expect this. I thought that I would be slayed on this website. I thought they would be like, oh, you're not feminist at all and you're a horrible person. Apparently not, even though I only checked half, but I guess it's more than enough. I'm glad about that, even though a lot of these questions were so stupid. Sorry, BuzzFeed, but seriously. A lot of these are stupid. Look how many I didn't check up here. That was really interesting. I learned a lot about myself, I guess. I'm apparently a little bit feminist. Feminist. I'm not completely feminist, apparently, but I am. I know what's going on. I'm kind of on the right team and stuff. But I'm not 100% feminist, which I'm happy, because if BuzzFeed told me that I was very feminist, I would be very sad, because that would mean that I was the wrong kind of feminist, because, you know, BuzzFeed feminism is that extreme kind of feminism, so I don't want to be a part of that. But luckily I'm not. I'm just a regular woman who believes in equal rights for everyone. Men, women, gay, straight, black, white, grey, yellow, purple, blue, I don't give a fuck. Everyone should be happy and live their life the way they want. No matter if they have tits or tats or whatever you would say. So yeah, this was a little different video. Let me know if you want more of these, because BuzzFeed has a lot of quizzes, and there is obviously a lot of quizzes on the internet in general. Also, I've been thinking about doing some reaction videos to some other videos on YouTube, so let me know if you want that as well. If you have any recommendations for videos I can react to, please let me know in the comments down below. Press the like button if you like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel as well, and thank you for watching.